Now, is there a better way for us to identify trends? Lots of people would not want to use higher high, higher low, lower low, lower high because it's too very complicated. Very complicated. Sometimes it could be complicated because you don't understand the chart. When you don't understand that chart, meaning to say the candlestick don't look nice, the volume is very little, you have no idea what the chart is doing. Sometimes it can be low, low, high, high. Sometimes in an uptrend, there is also higher low and lower low and lower high. In an uptrend, it can happen. So it can be confusing, very daunting for a lot of beginners, which is why we're going to talk about simple strategy one now, which is on the next topic on trend. After you understand there are three trends, after you more or less understand that uptrend means higher high, higher low, downtrend means low, 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 high. Right now, we use a simpler method of identifying trend. Now, we've spoken about technical indicators. This is the first technical indicator that we'll be using today. That is called the moving average. Ladies and gentlemen, please write down MA in the chat. Please write down MA, moving average. Now, what is moving average? I just want you to imagine. Let's take a 5 days moving average. In the world of technical indicators, that's called MA5. Right? You take the first day to the fifth day, January 1st, January 5th. You take the average of that 5 days, the average of a closing price. It's always the average of closing price, most of the time. You take the average of that 5 days, and then the final MA5 figure would be the average price of 1st Jan to 5th Jan. And then on the next moving average, you will not use 1st to 5th anymore. You will use 2nd to 6th. So the next part of the line would come from 2nd, 6th, average price of 2nd at 6. The third price will come, the third average price, the third MA will come from 3rd to 7th. And then the fourth price, the fourth MA will come from 4th to 8th. So it is an average price of 5 days MA5, but that 5 days is continuously moving. Therefore, you get a line that connects all the average prices every day as it moves and moves and moves and moves and moves. So that's called moving averages. That's one of the best and popular technical indicators out there. It tells you what is the average price of a 5 days period, 20 days period, 60 days period, 120 days period. And there are many types of moving averages. Again, the most popular would be two types called the SMA and EMA. I want you guys to write down EMA in the chat. EMA, elephant. Write down EMA in the chat because that is the only one you will focus on, at least in our community. Every other kind of moving average would be a distraction, including even SMA, simple moving averages. That's not to say they are not useful, but for the purpose of trading short-term speculations, momentum, EMA is the best. SMA is used for research. You will take a large data, 200 days, 300 days, 400 days, 1,000 data sets, data points. You use SMA. That is for research purposes. When it comes to EMA, you want to know that your current price, today's price, has the higher weightage. You see, SMA treats all 5 days as equal. The 5 days, all 5 days would give you a 20% weightage to the actual calculation of moving average. Every day from Monday to Friday, 1st to 5th, would have equal weightage. That means to say that a 5 days ago price would have the same importance in your calculation of simple or SMA. When it comes to exponential, 1st to 5th, first would have a lower weightage, second will have a lower weightage, third will have a lower weightage, fourth will have a lower weightage. The 5th day, which is the most current price, would have a higher weightage. It affects the entire EMA more. Therefore, EMA is a lot more useful to use than simple moving average because it is more current, more relevant. EMA is the one you want to focus on. So for the next few slides, you will always see us using EMA. And that's it. EMA is the only one we will use starting from today. And how does the EMA look like when it's an uptrend? Simple. The line goes up. How do I define going up? Imagine a clock, 12, 1, 2, 3 p.m. When it's pointing towards 1, 2 p.m., 1, 2 p.m., you know that it is going up. The orange line is pointing up, the red line is pointing up, 1, 2 p.m. Sometimes 12:30, sometimes 2:30, but that's going up still. That's it, 1 to 2 p.m. uptrend. And then when you see the downtrend, you see the orange line pointing downwards, 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m., you know that that's more or less downtrend. So if it's pointing towards 4 at 5 p.m. of the clock, that's downtrend. The sideways market usually just goes sideways. Now, again, it's tough. When it comes to a sideways trend, the EMA will also be confusing. It can be up, it can be down. It sometimes just be a roller coaster, like a range of mountains, up and down, up and down, up and down. But sometimes you will see that then there is no volatility. It will just be pointing towards 3 p.m. That's it. That's basically what we can see in the EMA.